We're Craig and Kirsty, a British couple who got married on a beach in 2018. And instead of a honeymoon, we decided to travel the world together. And so we created Tied Knot Travellers. We left our home and jobs behind us and boarded a one-way flight. But the global pandemic caused us to rethink our travel plans. So we spent 6 months exploring Estonia. Now we're finally continuing our travels, taking a new route and exploring some of the Greek islands. Between us, we have visited 52 countries, and we'd love you to join us as we continue our travels and explore the world.
Good morning from the beautiful village of Oia in Santorini in Greece.
It is a gorgeous sunny day, and you may remember a while ago we asked you all to ask us anything. So today we're finally going to go through and answer 10 of your questions. Thank you to all of you who sent them in to us on YouTube.
Thank you so
and
much.
On our Facebook page and via Instagram. So today we thought we'd answer your 10 questions to celebrate our 10 years together. And we're going to do a 10-kilometre hike alongside, because why not? Keep it with the 10s.
It's got lovely parallels to it.
Yeah, and also there's a famous hike here in Santorini from Thera to Oia, or from Oia to Thera. So today we're going to go from Oia to Thera because that's where we're staying.
We had hoped to make this video a lot sooner, but unfortunately due to the difficulties this year we haven't been able to make it yet, but we're going to put it together today as Kirsty said. So let's crack on with the first question.
Let's go. Question number 1.
And what a view for it as well.
Yeah.
Check this out.
So the first question we have is from Sarah Crick-Frangos, and she asked us...
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. She asked us, what are the top 5 countries you'd love to visit whilst travelling full time? Well, actually last year before we left, we had massive pieces of paper everywhere. We went down the pub and planned all of this trip, and we'd drawn arrows to the main countries we wanted to visit. And if you've been following us for a while now, you'll know that one of our biggest things we planned to do this year was to get to Nepal so that we could trek to Everest Base Camp. So I'm going to have to put that as a big number 1 on our list.
I think that's probably number 1.
Yeah.
And to get to Nepal, obviously we did end up going to Russia anyway because we had got visas by that point and flights, but doing the Trans-Siberian Railway journey was one of our biggest things that we wanted to do and go across Siberia.
Yeah.
So I would say Russia and specifically the Trans-Siberian Railway with stop-offs at places.
We did tick off Russia, we did get to go there. Number 1 is Nepal. Number 2, Russia, which we've technically done, we just didn't get to do what we planned to do there. Third country that we really want to get to. These aren't necessarily in order. What would you say? For
its natural beauty, just its isolation away from everywhere, and the fact it looks so pristine and untouched, is the South Pacific. We really want to go diving in the South Pacific and see some of the beautiful untouched islands out there.
And another massive one is a country I've been to before, Craig hasn't yet, and he's been itching to go, which is Australia.
Yes.
we were planning to be there potentially next month, so never mind.
I feel like it's getting to the stage where I'm just not allowed to go to Australia.
And then number 5, what would you say number 5? Well, it's hard to narrow it down.
There are so many. There's very few places in the world I don't want to go.
Exactly.
But I would say...
that we haven't already been to. We've been to 52 countries now.
I'm going to throw a few more in. We really want to go to Argentina and go to Patagonia.
Yeah, that was our plan B this year.
Really want to go to the Inca Trail in Peru.
Yeah.
But I would say very high up is the Galapagos in Ecuador. That would be incredible to see. Again, for untouched, pristine nature.
There you go, we've covered more than 5.
It's really hard to narrow that down to 5 because there's so many places.
Right? We want to see the world.
We want to see.
Picking just 5 is difficult, but great question. Thank you, Sarah.
On to the next place.
Let's do some walking.
As we're walking along, Kirsty's going to be tracking the distance on her watch. So what have we got right now?
Make sure we get that 10k in. 0.8 of a kilometre.
Let's see.
A little bit of a way to go. 0.79 actually. Just 9.2 to go.
It is crazy quiet here in Oya. I mean, this is the main street and these are all the shops both sides of us.
It's usually bustling here, even though we've been here during COVID times. It's still usually got a few
Stuff
people
going
here.
on. This was full, absolutely full of colour and merchandise.
Another reason why it's so quiet is because it's now out of season, but also the country's gone into full lockdown now. You're only allowed to be out doing what we're doing, walking, and you have to have your masks on when you go inside places. So yeah, that's why it's super quiet now.
We've walked along to location number 2 for question number 2, and this is the location in Oya that everyone comes to get a photo.
Yeah, when we first arrived there were people queuing to be stood right in the spot we are now, and today we've just strolled along here, got it to ourselves. We're just going to casually answer a question for you. Question number 2 is from Carla, and it's
Thanks, Carla.
how many hours of video footage have you made so far? I think that's going to have to be one for Craig. Craig deals with all our footage.
A lot.
Come on, you've got to give a number, give a guess.
Yeah,
What do you
I
reckon?
tend to take a
Isn't
bit
it?
more footage than we actually need, because I always find when you're there in the situation, you're there, you've got everything together, you've got great weather, just get the footage, because you never know as well in the future when you might need to use it.
It's true.
But if I had to give an answer, I would say, I mean, there is hundreds of hours of footage. In
Yes.
terms of the storage we've used, I guess that's the easiest way, because I have no idea of a sort of a definitive number, but we've used about 3 terabytes worth of storage space since we left home at the beginning of March. So I hope that gives an idea.
Good question. We don't know the answer. On to the next.
Right, next place.
Now we're in the main town square, which again is lovely and peaceful. There's a couple of people around, but never seen it this quiet.
And we're on to question number 3.
Yeah, question number 3 is from Barrage. So thank you, Barrage.
Thank you.
And it's a nice simple question. What's our favourite surprises? So we'll answer one each. My favourite surprise...
Ladies first.
Yeah, my favourite surprise from Craig ever is the time he flew me to Zanzibar and proposed to me over the Indian Ocean. I had no idea any of it was happening, and I said yes. Hence we're here doing Tied Knot Travellers.
I think it went down quite well.
So yeah, that's definitely by far my best surprise, and yeah, I was completely clueless. So yours?
So my biggest and best surprise that I've ever had came in this country, funnily enough. It was in Mykonos for my birthday, and Kirsty took me there for my birthday to get PADI qualified. We went there for a week and we spent 4 or 5 days learning how to scuba dive, and we got our PADI qualifications, which was amazing. That's right up my street. Absolutely loved it.
I was kind of terrified to do it, but I figured if I'm paying for him to do it for his birthday, I'll do it with him. So yeah, that's question number 3 answered.
On to the
On
next.
to the next. What a beautiful place to walk 10 kilometres. I really can't complain about this view.
We've picked an absolutely spectacular day for it. It is so beautiful.
The water is literally sparkling. And this is out
see
of
over there.
season? How is this out of season? It's gorgeous.
Winter in Greece and
we are
Santorini. It is super hot walking along these concrete streets. But if I just pan you around as well, you can see Thera over there and the rock that we're going to be walking to finish the day.
The main town of Oya now, and this bit's a bit more rugged, so you need some decent shoes for this walk, but still the whole walk is just so scenic and beautiful. You've got the view over the Caldera.
On to question number 4.
Found a nice little spot on this rugged part of the Caldera views.
There's a beautiful little church. We're just about 15 minutes walk outside of Oya.
So, question number 4 is from Moto Camera, so thank you.
Thank you.
And it's, what do we love about travelling together, and how do we manage me time for both of us? So 2 questions there.
Good questions.
We don't really get a lot of me time. We do a lot of things together because we're travelling full time together, but you're pretty good. You go out for a run sometimes by yourself. We run together quite a lot too.
You disappear and go for a run.
So maybe like 30 minutes here and there. Craig will go for a run. I might do a bit of yoga.
I find most days I need to get exercise, whether that's at the beginning or the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I love going out for a run, even if it's just 5k or so.
In answer to the first part of that question, what do we love about travelling together? Seeing the world together and sharing it together. We decided to do this because we love each other and we love the world. We want to go and see it together, share the memories with everyone, and hopefully inspire other people to do the same thing. So
I used to travel a fair bit for work, but it always felt a bit emptier, and there were things that I avoided doing, so I just thought it'd be better to do it with Kirsty.
And then we tried and the world shut down. No, we're going. Not giving up that easily. So yeah, thank you for that question. We're gonna carry on with the hike. It is meltingly hot now. We're right in the middle of the day, so it's like midday sun. So we're gonna stop for a bit of lunch soon, but gonna try and get a few more steps done first.
But loving it. These are the vlogging days that we love.
Yes.
Being out and about, fresh air, and we're so lucky to have this.
On to the next.
Let's go. We found this beautiful viewpoint here, so we're quite high in terms of elevation. In the distance there you can see the island of Ios, and Oya is just over here.
And we've got this spectacular chunk of volcanic rock right here. So we thought, why not perch ourselves here and answer question number 5.
I'm gonna lean against this.
So, question number 5 is from Josie Saunders. She says...
Thanks, Josie.
Yeah, thanks, Josie. She says, how did we both meet? It's quite straightforward. We met whilst we were studying at university down in Plymouth, which is in the southwest of England.
I moved into a house over the summer, which it turned out that Kirsty already lived in.
My house. I moved into my house, and then I came back for my 3rd year of study, met Craig, and we have lived together ever since. We've never not lived together. So there you go.
We were friends for a few months to begin with, and then we realised that we quite liked each other.
And the rest is history. Here we are 10 years later. Thank you for that question, and we will head on to question number 6.
Thanks, Josie. We're nearly at the 5 kilometre point, so we're nearly halfway on our hike to Emeravigli and Thera.
We're just over 5 kilometres into the walk, so we're just over halfway, and that's good because we've still got a few hours until sunset. So we should hopefully make it to the rock before the sun sets.
And this is our lovely panoramic stop-off point when we drive from Oya to Thera, or vice versa in the car. Caldera this side, and open sea this side, the Aegean, and then the island of Ios on the horizon there. We just reached a fork in the path where you could go bare left or right, and it goes around this massive rock, treacherous underfoot.
Yeah, I can't turn.
But just have to make sure you're sure-footed. Ah, Santorini. That's Oya that you can see there. That's where we've come from. Don't know if you can see that small white church on the top of the mountain or the hill over there. That's where we stopped to have lunch. We walked all the way down here, a little bit along the road, and then up this path, and all the way up this way.
We've done 6 kilometres, just over 6 kilometres now, and we've still got to get all the way over there to that rock.
Beautiful part of the hike. We're not far from Emeravigli and the rock where we're going to finish today's questions. After that we've got to walk over here and down to Vorvalu, which is over there, but behind here is extremely steep. That's the Meravigli, and then it's connected the other side to Thera. Question number 6.
Number 6, yes. This one is from the Travelling Swiss. Thank you for your question. It's actually technically 2 questions. So what is one trip we'd love to relive and one trip we would make changes to?
So we're going to ask each other these questions.
If I could relive any of our loads of them, I would relive them all. But one in particular that I really loved is in 2016 we went to Florida, just the 2 of us, and we spent a few weeks there. We hired a car in Miami and we drove along the Florida Keys, and we loved the ocean and the sea.
The overseas highway, yeah.
Overseas highway, yeah. And then we came back to Miami, hopped on a cruise around the Caribbean together. So, you know, and then even after that, we came back to Miami and had a few days in Miami together. So that was an awesome trip. It had so many aspects in one trip. Considering we were still working, had to get back for work then, that was awesome.
Getting to see so many different places within, I think it was 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really good trip.
We did not sleep a lot, we crammed a lot in. It was an awesome trip. So yeah, I'd relive that one. Which trip would you make changes to?
Okay, yeah, there's a trip that springs to mind. At the end of 2017, we did a 2-week trip to the Philippines. I tried to take a route that meant not going back to Manila every time. So we went to Donsol, tried to dive with whale sharks. We got the boat across to this island called Masbate, which is known as the Wild West of the Philippines, before getting a flight from there south to Cebu. When we got to the airport in Masbate, it was a tiny little airport. There was an oil drum outside the terminal that said it's illegal to take your guns on the flight, so everyone was discarding their guns in this oil drum outside of the airport terminal. Anyway, so long story short, the flight couldn't land because the wind picked up, the plane couldn't land, so we got stuck there. We got chatting to a local guy who we befriended. He was one of the first other people to arrive for our flight.
And he spoke good English.
He was
we don't speak Tagalog.
yeah. Ronnie, if you're watching this, thank you so much for all your help. So we're talking to him, and then we got chatting to this lady who ended up being head of the local school. And she said, you have to come and stay with me. So we went to stay back at her house. Her husband was the head of security for the district, who worked for the government. We stayed in their beautiful house. Their friends brought us food that night. I swear, some of the best experiences come unexpected, but the only thing is, it was a lovely experience. We went to a sandbar the next morning, but it just had a knock-on effect to the rest of our trip, because we were squeezing it into 2 weeks, and it just meant the next place that we got to, we couldn't go to Kawasan Falls and
Cebu,
a couple of other things.
We hadn't had any time there.
So we had like 1 full day there each side of travel days, but it was an amazing trip, amazing experience.
We need to go back.
We're so thankful, and again, the Philippines is another place we really want to go. But that was one thing I would slightly change, if we could do it all and still have the same amount of time.
Do it again, but have more time in Cebu.
So I hope that was succinct enough. Sorry, long-winded answer.
This is Craig's answer. This is what he does.
Next place, next question.
Get going.
We've stopped for question number 7.
Yeah, it's all uphill now, so we thought an excuse to stop and answer a question. So this is from our friend Kalpo Rebane from Tallinn Tourist Information Centre.
Hi Kalpo, thank you.
So he wrote to say, what's your second greatest adventure together? The first one obviously being getting stuck in Estonia and ending up helping some locals film the greatest online experience in the world.
You hit the nail on the head there.
That. So our second
we
greatest
can't wait
adventure,
for the film.
Would have to be, we think it's, I'd say it's our wedding.
Yeah. Going to Sardinia a year before our wedding. We flew out to Sardinia for a week.
Drove around.
We had a short list of wedding venues to look at, and we were just praying that we found one that we loved.
And we picked one, and a year later we went back with all our friends and family, got married on the beach in Sardinia, and that is by far one of the biggest adventures of our lives.
Yeah, that was amazing. So, going back for our wedding and seeing all of our friends and family arrive to the place that we had chosen, and we were so excited for them to see, that was a really special feeling.
Yeah, planning it remotely from our memory of it was insane as well. Yeah, actually being there. So now we're going to head up We've got the last couple of kilometres according to my watch, so it's uphill.
We've got quite an uphill stint now to Meraviglia and Thera, so right,
next question.
Let's crack on. We've got to make it before sunset. Time for question number 8.
What a spot for question number 8. That's Oya directly behind us.
Oh, beautiful.
Over there. We've walked from all the way over there. 9 kilometres away.
Around the caldera.
Yeah,
and this is only half of the caldera.
Question number 8 is from Sammy B. So thank you, Sammy B. What's the one thing you couldn't travel without? Classic question. I think we'll answer one
You
each.
go first.
Yeah, let's answer one each.
What's the one thing you couldn't travel without?
You know what my thing is. I could not travel without my pyjamas. He hates them.
I don't hate them,
Because
I
I
just
live in
see you
them.
in them a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my pyjamas, they fold up really tiny, they're very thin, but they cover me like all the way down to my feet. And I just think no matter what kind of accommodation we're staying in, it's just nice to know that I'm covered from any dodgy beds that there might be. Although we pick nice places where we can, but occasionally we have to stay in hostels and things. And yeah, so I just like to know that I've got some PJs that I'm safe in.
Okay, good answer.
What's the one thing you couldn't travel without?
Okay, the
idea what
one
this is.
thing I couldn't travel without, apart from my wife, of course.
You're so smooth. Oh dear. Oh dear.
The one thing I couldn't travel without, the main thing that stands out for me is our drone. I absolutely love the drone and the shots that you can get from it, controlling it. It's just a fantastic bit of equipment.
Had to be something
I
techy.
absolutely love it. Yeah, I love my technology, and the fact that you get to fly something almost wherever you want to and get those fantastic videos and photos. It just gives you such an unlimited range.
Yeah,
But
I'm thankful
that's
for
my
it because
thing.
it means we can share it
That's
with
my
everyone. Cool, good
Cool.
answer. Right,
On to
On to
question
next.
number 9.
for the sunsets.
Now for question number 9.
So question number 9 is from Casey. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, Casey.
How did you decide to start sharing your travels on YouTube? We didn't really.
Ooh.
We didn't really decide it.
Good question.
We just kind of.
Yeah, for starters, I wish we had started a YouTube channel of our travels before
I know all
we
the
went on
memories
this
and
trip. I
stuff.
really do.
Yeah.
Before we left for this trip, I remember saying to you, we should definitely at least document it on Instagram.
Instagram,
At
yeah,
least
that's
have it
where
on
it came from.
Instagram. But
Yeah.
I think then it kind of, we realised, hang on a second, we've got all the equipment.
I
we
realised
had the
Craig was good at
drone.
editing
We had
as well. That's okay. I was like, you're pretty good at editing. I reckon we should do some videos, just like share with our families. It won't be so sad for our families then that we're going travelling. And
Yeah,
taking
it's
some
almost like
along.
taking your family on
Yeah.
on the journey as well. But thank you, that's really sweet of you to say.
I think
But
that's
yeah,
kind of how it happened.
we already had the camera equipment and the drone, so
Yeah,
we thought,
from
hang
all
on
our
a second,
previous
why
trips.
don't we do this? And it just made sense.
Now here we are.
And hoping that it could grow and grow, which so far it's growing nicely.
Yeah, and
So
sharing
thank you
with
to
all
everyone.
of you, and we hope you're enjoying it as well.
Yes.
Now we're going to head to this rock behind us, which is going to be our final sunset.
Question.
Yeah.
Question
our
number 10
final
at that
question.
point.
Yeah, our final question number 10, and hopefully going to watch the sun go down from that point here in Meraviglia, which is connected to Thera. Nearly 10k.
Thank you for the question, Casey.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
we really want to jump in this pool.
Yeah, I wish we could jump in this pool right
How
now.
beautiful it is.
It's closed.
Yeah. Meraviglia essentially joins onto Thera, which is just a little bit further down the coast there.
Yeah.
But yeah, on to question number 10.
Let's go.
How cute are these little ground birds? I don't know if you can see them, they're so well blended in. They look like little robber birds because they've got black across their eyes, just chirping away. We've made it!
Question number 10.
Made it to Scaros Rock, 10 kilometres. Question number 10.
Thera's behind us.
You can see Thera right there. It's a great location.
So question number 10 is from Comfy. Question number 10 is from Dylan. Thank you, Dylan.
Hi Dylan, thank you.
So this is a good one. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years time? That's a proper interviewer's question.
Yeah. Where we see ourselves in 5 to 10 years time, We've got high hopes for our YouTube channel, and to be honest, we would just love to be self-sufficient, be our own bosses. That's what we've always wanted, and just to have freedom to make choices and go to different places and see the world. We love traveling so much. We love making these videos. So yeah, we appreciate everyone's support so far.
We would love to build a platform where we can grow something and be sustainable so that we can do good things for the world. Like we really look at the world and see things that we, especially the environment, we're both really
passionate about the environment.
So it would be great if we can go and get involved in projects and doing things like that. That's kind of how we hope to go with things. That's kind of what we're hoping to build. We want to do good things. We want to get to a point where we can do that. So
we've got some really big projects in mind that we'd love to work with certain people, and I'm just bursting with energy and passion to do it.
So that's kind of our aim.
So yeah,
is to keep going, keep doing what we're doing, see the world and make some fantastic changes within it. And that's why we wanted to kind of break free and do something by ourselves, and you know, kind of be a little bit more in control of our own destiny.
We've been working towards this for a long time.
Yeah. So now we've told you loads of things about us, way more than 10 questions I feel like we've answered today. We're going to ask you all a question. Drop us your response in the comments below on one place you'd like to go to in the world. What's on your bucket list? What's one place you absolutely have to go and visit? We'd love to know.
Because we really appreciate all your support, and you know, obviously we know a little bit about our followers online from comments and chatting and things like that, but we'd love to get to know you a bit more. So as Kirsty said, just drop that in the comments section below, because we'd love to get to know you all a little bit more.
Hope you enjoyed getting to know us, and we hope to see your comments of where you want to go and where you'd like to be, and we'll see you on the next video.
We want to see a full comment section.
Loads of cool places that you want to go to, please.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Take care. Bye. Now for an epic sunset.
Join us next time as we leave the island of Santorini and embark on another Greek ferry ride over to the capital city of Athens. If you can't wait that long, head over to our Instagram at TideNotTravellers for daily updates on what we're currently up to and what's coming up in our future videos.
Hundreds and hundreds of hours. Easily. I should know I'm his long-suffering wife that stands around patiently waiting. I'm not patient.
Enough came in this country, so it was in...
Oh. It's kicking off with the cat and dog over there. Look, turn the camera to it. Oh, that dog is gorgeous.
We're ready for question number 5, and you can see we've got... I didn't really think of what I wanted to say before I did that. As you know, when you just dive straight in and it's like, oh, I'm not ready for this.
As soon as you start filming, my feet are all over the place.
Whoever thought it'd be so difficult to walk side by side.
It's a technical walk, this part of it.
Yeah. You've got to be steady on your feet for this hike.
Yeah. A volcanic island, what do you expect?
Didn't expect there to be rocks everywhere. One that springs to mind is in 2018 we went to the Philippines.
2018? 2017.
Okay.
End of 2017.
Time for question number 8. That's 9. 8.
I knew that was 9 from here and I could only see one hand.
I knew I was going to get it wrong.
I knew what you'd done. I'm going to ask you all a question. Drop us a comment in the... Drop us your response in the comments below.
And proof, 9.73 kilometres.
Almost 10k. Close now.
But we do still have to walk back another 1 or 2 kilometres to our accommodation in Vorvalu.
Yeah.
So it's going to be more than 10k.
Yeah, by the time we get back it will be. But for now, we've got 20 minutes to enjoy the sunset.